Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and it's Free Pattern Friday. Yay! Free Pattern Friday. I love Free Pattern Fridays. So I've been retired for quite a while now, and I still love Fridays. I don't know why. I don't have anywhere to go most other days of the week, but Free Pattern Friday is always fun. Now, today we're going to do a double uneven 9-patch, and this comes together really fast and quick. You can pull from your scraps. You can make it as scrappy as you want. It'll look great, and it's beginner friendly. Always try to pick blocks on Free Pattern Friday now that are either beginner friendly and fast and fun, or the ones that are a little harder and a little off the wall. But this one is beginner friendly for sure, and it comes together very nicely. Now, before we get anywhere else, let's do a shout out, because otherwise I'll forget. Angelia, the 4 a.m. quilter, is doing lots of fun things on her channel, and you're going to find her channel in the description box or the show notes below. It's so important you get in there, because you're going to have the cutting instructions and her show notes. Now, or her YouTube channel. It's hard for all the different devices that are out there for me to explain every one as to where those show notes are, but look for a see more button and click on that. That's usually your best bet on how to get into a longer show note. I'm just going to talk to you quickly about the other things you're going to find in that show notes or the description box. We have a Facebook group. We're growing rapidly. We're having so much fun in there. We have a whole bunch of different community chats, and a lot of them are fabric exchanges by country. That's an important one. We also have a virtual sewing room in Discord. We do free recipes, free quilt patterns, like we post them all into one community chat as members find them. So it's always busy in those places, right? We're having way too much fun in there. Now, another thing you're going to find is a Zoom sew day from now until the end of December. It starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We've made that commitment to you because I'm having so much fun on those sew dates. I get so much done. We have so much fun chatting with everybody, and explaining what we're working on, what's inspiring us, and we just have a great time. And if you come and you don't feel like sewing that day, please come and bring whatever craft you're working on, like beading or cross stitch or whatever. We'd be happy to have you. It's a great place to come hang out. Now, I also speak for free. So if your quilting group or quilting guild is looking for a speaker that speaks about 40 to 45 minutes over Zoom, right? And it speaks about using your scraps, elements of design, and charity quilts, please put my name forward. I would be happy to come speak to your group. We have met so many very talented quilters, and those speaking engagements is very inspiring for me, and it keeps me going. It's my way of giving back to the quilting community by coming and speaking for free. Now, also is our community round robin. Now, that community round robin consists of FutureCat from New Zealand, Michelle from Bits and Pieces, and Kelley from Kelley Quilts and Cruises. Now, Michelle has graciously offered to host our pattern on her website. Now, that link is also going to be in the show notes, so you don't want to miss out on any of this. And that's going to remain a free pattern. And they're just lovely blocks. Our Facebook group is, putting pictures up of the blocks that they're doing from that community round robin. Wow. Or some of them are amazing, and the color palettes are just fabulous. You got to see this stuff. So I think that's about it. Yes. Come on in. Let's get to the fun sewing here today. Okay, this one is really beginner friendly, and what we're going to do is we're going to start in the middle. We're going to take these 9 pieces out of the middle first, and we're going to sew those first. So let's take ours, and what we're going to do is we're just going to line all of that up and just start sewing. There we go. It's coming together nice. And our kitten, I had fun fussy cutting that. I'm looking for fun little stuff to fussy cut for the middle. If you're going to do a quilt of this, it creates a 4-patch in the center, so it's kind of a secondary design that pops up. And what I would do is I would just do a whole stack. Like if I'm going to do 35 blocks, you know, 5x7 layout to make a queen size quilt, I would just do, you know, 20 or 35 of whatever, 35 of whatever, and make it all scrappy, right? Because, I mean, basically, that's how this is going to work, right? And it would be fun. It would look great. There wouldn't be any issues about this or that going on, so it'll be fine. Okay, let's get this off. Now, the reason I web is I can always go back and see if I've done it right. That's something that's really important for beginners, right? Check your work, make sure it still looks the same, right? Because sometimes just a moment's inattention and you have a totally different thing going on that will not sew together. So that's me how I know. And I know that because that has happened to me several times. So we're going to take our time, line it up, sew it together. Okay, line this up. This back. There we go. Yeah. Nice. Now, we finished sewing this 9 patch, right? We finished sewing the 9 patch, and what we're going to do is press to the red. So the reds on the outside go out, and the red on the inside goes in. Right? That's going to be the easiest way to not have show through. And now you're going to have everything nesting. This little block here is going to nest really nice at the corners, right? So let's just put this one up. Okay, here we go. Now we're just going to start it. And with the needle down, I like to see what I'm doing. And I want to make sure I get a perfect nest. And I can't feel any gaps in between. And then I sew it under. And then I get to the next nesting point. And I sew it. And make sure I get a nice tight. Yes, I do. And now I take this and line up that end. Perfect. Yay. Perfect. And now for something nicer. Okay. Now, there's some schools of thought on this. I could take this and go like this, and I would have this going this way and this going this way, and it would lie flat. Okay. That works. I mean, it does work, and it would lie flat. But look how crisp, because you've taken the time to do your nesting, those points are absolutely perfect, right? I mean, of course there's a little gray bit there so it looks white, but hey, you know, if you looked at it really close, you would see it's a perfect nest. Okay, with the needle down, open up what you've just webbed together so you can get a real good look at what has to happen next. There we go. Now, and now you get this real close. There we go. Oh, now, okay, there we go, just like that. And you line up the end, right. So now you put all this back in the middle. Okay, so again, I'm going to peel open my, so I've got this going this way. I've got all 4 corners now of that center kitten fabric. Half of it's going in on itself, the other half going out, because this is going to make these corners lie the flattest. Okay, so now we go put the block back in to the center, right? Now everything's going to line up here because, you know, we took our time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do the same thing all over again, except with the outer edge. So we start by lining up that corner with the centerpiece. And I ran out of bobbin. Oof. Oh no. Yep, I'm out. Okay. I lost bobbin chicken very badly. Okay. Let's not throw it across the room or have it bounce anywhere unusual. Get it there. And we'll give that a quick wipe. Just to, I make sure I try and wipe out the bobbin area every time I change a bobbin, just because it's a little better. It's better for the machine. You know, lint can build up very quickly, especially if you sew stuff like flannel. I haven't done any flannel sewing or anything like that, but it can build up really quick. And just run it through your test piece. Now, let's go. I've got everything lined up. So there's our first corner, and this goes in next. And I take my time and line this up so that it is going to lay absolutely flat. And then I line up the other end. There, and yeah. Now we make sure those seams stay the way they need to go, because that also helps, by not twisting your seam, that helps the block lie flatter too. Okay, and the last piece, just like that. Okay. There. This is a really fun neutral. I have no idea where I got it, but it's got kind of a little star motif in there. It's such a subtle motif. Unless you're right on top of it, you don't see it. So now we can see, yes, we've got this all lined up correctly, right? So we're going to sew in our next piece is this. If you're doing a real complicated, several, you know, pieces, this is a really good technique to learn. There we go. Okay. I don't know what that was, but something was bothered. Okay. Now this. Now we are going backwards, so we have to make sure that those seams are going the right way. So that's going to go without an issue. Okay, now that, I'm going to pick that up. This is going the right way, yay! And this is here. There we go. And now we can go the other way, because it's all sewn correctly. Now the reason I love webbing, if something's wrong, I can usually look at it, go, oh dear, I made a mistake, and now I only have one seam, maybe two at most, to undo, and that's always the benefit of webbing, right? You know, you can get a good chunk of it already sewn together without too much problem. That means you're well on your way, right? So now, let's just get this, get it started, line it up, get it started. Now with the needle down, I'm going to cut open this and this, and we're going to go like this for this nesting, out like that, there, and then out like that. Okay, there we go. Make sure all the seams are lying the way they're supposed to go when you sew over them. That's always important. There. That's one seam, and now the next seam. There. There we go, just like that. And I'm going to flip it over because this is where most of the seams are, right? That I have to kind of concern myself with and not twist. Okay, needle this down. There. Give it a quick trim open. So now I can see where I'm nesting, because that's important. Because if you can't see where you're nesting, you're going to have a hard time. Your fingers can only do so much. You can feel the nest correctly, you know, being correct, but if you can't see it sometimes, you might be trying to nest with the wrong seam. That's happened. That has happened. So now, again, now, nice. There we go. and line it up once you're across. There we go. Now I'm just going to show you the back. So here's the back. And you can see where this lies really flat, right? But if I wanted to pop this seam like that to make it lie a little bit flatter, I'm going to have to press. This is going out, this goes in, this comes in, right? Which is okay, because then you get that corner where there's a lot of bulk. You're able to, it's still the same amount of fabric, you're just redistributing the fabric. And that's something important that people seem to forget. So now, this block, once I take it to the ironing board, it's going to lie really flat. So that's a big help. And we probably got, because the corners pressed out so nice and quick and even with these little swirls, you probably got a really nice sharp meat on the other side. So let's get to our ta-da moment. So here we are with our double uneven 9 patch. I just think this one's so cute. You could have fun with a larger scale print in the squares too and make it totally scrappy as to what you're going to do. You can be totally scrappy with your low volumes as well. It would look great. Just when you're sprinkling like your beige, your cream, your bone, and your whites and all that stuff, sprinkle a little bit of everything in, and that way nothing really stands out. You don't want to have all white on white prints and then 3 beige, because it will look strange. But I do like this kind of layout too. It does provide the same background within the block, does provide some continuity within the block. But like I say, if you want to go scrappy with this one, totally go for it. It would look great. So I do hope you give this one a try. It was lots of fun to come sew with you today. And you guys have an absolutely blessed and fun week ahead. Okay, you take care and stay well until we see each other again. Okay, bye! Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!